Scotch Test Dummies with Scott and Bart. Scott, also known as the little guy, the guy on the left, the silent one, has long-lasting COVID symptoms and still cannot fully taste or smell. Hashtag trust Bart.
Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We're coming to you with a Torabeg.
That's how we'd pronounce it. We're from Kansas.
But this is from the Isle of Skye.
It's an inaugural release.
And we're going to test it!
I had to focus on inaugural.
That was a good inaugural pronunciation. All right, we're in. So, how did we come across this? And either you really like it. I know. So, we were down in Oklahoma.
Uh-huh. Down at the Well of Wine and Spirits in Oklahoma City. Peter Carl had gotten in several cases of this. This was the inaugural release. We have not seen this in our area.
Again with the inaugural.
This is a 4-year-old first release. We say Torabeg.
Yeah.
It's probably completely different than that.
Yeah.
We apologize. We do not mean to offend.
I think it's Torabeg.
It's more like Torcha. Someone will be like, oh, you guys are dumb.
You guys are idiots. You didn't do any research at all, which is, we don't do the research.
So you have to.
Bingo.
Real quick, also, disclaimer, still not back from COVID. Taste buds are mostly back. Smell is not. Hashtag
Trust Bart.
trust Bart.
Even with my allergies going on.
So this is a 4-year-old whiskey, distilled in 2017, bottled in 2021. 46% ABV. Now, I was looking on the side of the box here, and it says something about heavily peated barley was used in this. And they give a 55 to 60 parts per million. Ooh. But then at the end of it, they say it's 16 parts per million. So maybe it started
we don't know.
as 55 to 60, and then by the time it's distilled
we know
and
there
bottled,
can be
it's 16.
Everything from the octomores, there can be some dancing around with the ppm, and this is that, and this is the other, and who knows?
Well, it says heavily peated single malt whiskey made with concerto malted barley with an in-grain phenol. Yeah, with an in-grain phenols content of 55 to 60 parts per million. A little bit more. First fill bourbon barrels, bottled at 46% with no chill filtration or coloring, and a residual phenols level of 16 parts per million.
And you do see, very pale. Do not judge whiskey by its color, especially whiskey that is peated. A lot of times it'll be younger. I actually love my young peats because that peat flavor will be there in a bursting fashion. And I get it on the nose here. It's a little bit of a creosote vanilla.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't get.
Yep, I get a creosote kind of vanilla, almost like, so a railroad tie. It smells a little bit like an old railroad tie that's sitting in a planter or something and drying out. It's been there for a while. So you get this wood, you get a tar creosote, but it's not overpowering. And then the rest you can't compare to that because it's the sweet vanilla that I get.
Okay, sweet vanillas and maybe a very slight hint of a peat. That's my nose. I'm very muted on the
Got
nose.
it. Yeah. Yeah, the peat is the creosote peat with a sweet vanilla, so it's not coming off offensive or even overly strong. That's why I'm saying it's like an old railroad tie. People will be like, why is that a good thing to smell or drink? I don't know, it is. I used to not be a peat head. I'm a major peat head now, so I feel those that aren't.
All right.
I feel those that aren't. That sounded
First sip, and Palate's a little muted. This was a little muted at 46%. I'm going to have to take another sip to get it in there.
It's great noser.
I'm getting, because of COVID, some peats, or most peats, I kind of just get a stale note, and there is that in there. So the peat is there. It's very light, though.
It's still a light peaty, even as I get it now.
Flavor overall.
Yes,
it's lighter.
I would agree there too.
Only being 4 years old, and you can tell there's not much cask influence going on here.
It's not any kind of peat bomb on your palate, on your taste. But it's got the not getting creosote on the taste. I'm getting more of like a gentle smoke. Almost like if I had a bonfire, you would never want to do this, inside an old barn. Because I get this old wood flavor with a smokiness. Yeah, if you do that, you'll burn the whole barn down. So don't do that.
That could happen.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun.
That could happen.
That'd be terrible.
Seen it 100 times. I'm getting slight notes here, and that's just my muted palate, but slight citrus, slight vanilla, slight maltiness, slight peat.
Yeah, I get all that. The citrus is on the forefront. The vanilla comes in mid palate. The dusty smoke kind of throughout. And again, kind of a creamy vanilla finish as well. With a little bit of that smoke lingering and floating around in the vanilla. I'm going to have to do a little bit. I'll do a little. I don't have much left in there, just a tiny. Oh, there you go. Almost had that. Tap it. A little tapping. I don't think that's going to change or open anything up. We are near the end, so this was just something that.
Yeah, I guess I was saying.
Yeah.
Peter Carl got in several cases of this for Oklahoma City. He went through it pretty quick down there. He had no bottles left. He was out. This was his store bottle, basically, for samples or tastings, and he let us take it.
So we could sample and then do a review on it. So
this is, like I say, well, it's newer to the States and it's newer to the world because it's the first edition, 4 years old, from 2017, from the Isle of Skye. Also, we know Talisker from the Isle of Skye. Was there another? I'm sure someone would know.
Yeah. But there's another company, and I can't, or distillery, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. I thought.
This shows promise. This is if I remember right, it's like a $45 bottle.
Yeah.
And it's worth that to try.
Oh yeah, I like it. I thought by the creosote nose, the peat would be more of a powerful punch. It's not that, but the fact that peat dust rolls in there along with those vanillas and the touch of citrus is very pleasing.
I got a better mouthfeel with the drop of water on this.
Okay.
Again, just it made it creamier. I got more of a vanilla custard again with it. A little bit of a pepper, and maybe that's some of the peat on my palate, but a little bit of a black pepper spice.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree that's in there too. I like it. Everybody knows I'm a peat head. This is not a peat explosion bottle. This is a peat influence bottle, and it adds in that smoke, a touch of pepper. That's a good point, along with the vanilla. And I do think the water is better. I just tried it without the water just to come back, and I think I liked it better with a touch of water, even though it was such a small touch. Very nice.
Even at 46%, adding a drop of water, I think, helped it as well.
Yeah, I agree. Play with your whiskey.
88 for me, 87, 88, somewhere in there probably.
I'll go right with the 88. Score. No, I'm going to go right in there with an 88. The touch of smoke's great. The flavors are good. It's so young. I think the only thing that surprised me, but it shouldn't, I think Isle of Skye is going to have it's so far north, if I remember right, that I was thinking from that creosote that it was going to have this explosive peat. And that's the only, but that was my thinking coming in. It's tasty.
I think it would be a great if you had someone that hasn't had peat. Maybe you want to introduce them to it lightly.
Sure.
But present enough that it's showing.
Definitely.
and they'd say, yeah, I like that smoke note, or I don't.
Right. I would agree. Yeah. It's definitely not going to bowl them over, but
Yeah.
they're going to go, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So good.
Go to ScotchTestDummies.com and check out. We've got glasses, hats, shirts, coins, dropper sets.
That's right. You can go to Patreon, look up Scotch Test Dummies, and help support the show. We love it. And if you go on there at $2, we'll shout your name with vigor. Vigor.
You can do $1 a show. You can do $1 a month. You can do $5 a show. You can do $5 a month. Whatever you choose.
Yeah,
So.
all kinds of options.
Or you can tell us to F off.
Yep. Say, I'm watching for free.
Some
Dummies.
People, a lot of people do that too.
Dummies. So. Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro. Dummies.
Dummies.